It is 2024, and I am still enjoying my 2008 Rolex Submariner. Yes, 2008. It's an old model, it's an old watch, it's almost becoming neo vintage, but I absolutely love this watch. It's just, it's really what every other watch is measured from. Every other dive watch is measured, compared to this watch right here, every single time. What's really cool about these here is that in '08, the no date, which is called the Submariner, which we have here, had chamfers. You see those chamfers? This is all original. This has not been polished. So you see the chamfers, you see the brushing. See all that? So this watch had the chamfers, but if you bought a date sub from 2008, the Rolex Submariner date, it would have not much for chamfers. It would have a lot less. So I think what's really cool about these Submariner, original Submariner models, is that they retained a lot of the older style of Submariner. So you had chamfers, you had, very nice brushing. Everything was a lot different. You had the hollow in links. So it was almost like a lot of these, like up until this model, until they went to the 6-digit, they all had retained the old school vibe of the Submariner. So that's what I like so much about this watch, is that it really resembles the older ones to me. I mean, the 5513s, the 5512s. Of course, the 5512 was the 4-line. It was the first chronometer certified Submariner. And then you had the 5513, which is the 2-liner. But that's what I love about this watch, is you wear it and it just has this vintage vibe. It's a vintage vibe watch with the newer movement. I wouldn't say the newest, but 3130 movement, full balance bridge. So it's got a very good movement in it. I think around a 50-hour power reserve. So you cannot go wrong with this movement. The bezel action is just unreal. I mean, probably the best bezel action around. This is what when everyone picks up a dive watch, and they're turning that bezel, they always think, oh man, is it as good as a Rolex? Is it as good as the Submariner? Or even they might compare it to a Tudor, because those are really good as well. But there's not a lot of watches that have very good bezel action. So anyway, yes, it is 2024, and I still love these older 5-digit Submariners. They are my favorite. And the older 5-digit Sea Dwellers are also my favorite as well. Those are also very good watches, very nice looking. They're a little thicker than these, but I love the Sea Dweller because they don't have the Cyclops. I've had a lot of 16610s. I love the 16610. I don't like the Cyclops. After a while, it just I like a watch that just doesn't have that extra, bubble hanging out off the front there on the glass. I just don't like that. So I think this is much better, in my opinion. But, to each their own, whatever they like. And then the thinness of this too. Oh my gosh, it's super thin. It's like 12 millimeters thick, so super thin. But anyway, love it. Let's do a lume shot. I know it's been a little bit on a lume shot, so let's just do one. And kill the lights. And lume is really good on this watch. I like how it's all evenly applied. You can see all the markers are super bright. And I've had a 16610. I've had many of them. The last one I had, and it was a new old stock watch, the triangle was a little blotchy, like the lume wasn't applied very much, and that bothered me. And I've seen that on some Rolexes, so I don't know why. Some of the quality control on some of the lume just isn't like it should be, to be honest. I mean, if you look at Seiko lume, there's never blotchiness. They're always super bright. I mean, they get their lume correct, and that's on a cheap Seiko or a high-end Seiko. But this one is really good, though. Really good. And I've noticed that with Tudor, that Tudor's lume is really good as well. Because because I've owned a lot of Tudors. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a happy new year. And a lot more videos to come with this bad boy. I absolutely love it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.